Hi, we're the Human Resources Department. I'm David Goline, the director. This is my assistant, recruiter, Zhengping Zhao, and Chen Wang. I'm in charge of the guide and managing the whole Human Resources Department. My assistant, Mrs. Wang, is the administrator, and she manages day-to-day operations. Jinping over here, he recruits and faces all sorts of obstacles that face our organization. What we do is we're in charge of management of employees at the organized level. We recruit and hire people managing application, training, programs, and all that. We benefit other organizations with complacent legal and federal regulation, so we abide by all those rules. And we analyze the salaries among our departments. For instance, we look at each department's annual salary. We summarize the salary for the company, overview the annual salaries for each department, and use the analysis results to determine the next budget term. What we do right here, we look at all of our departments, for instance, food and beverage and human resources. We look at our number of employees, who gets paid and who gets paid what. So we look at, as you can see here, our human resource department. Right there, Miss Susan. She's been working a long time, and she has she's not got one raise compared to her peers. So we look at that, we determine who is eligible for a salary increase. We look at not only employees, but their companies too. New salaries, the accountant engineering department, human resources, and we look at the total annual salaries. And as you can see here, our last survey found out that the food and beverage is a little bit over budget, compared to the rest. I'll hand everything over to my partner, Mr. Zhengping. Mrs. House.
What is this? Okay. So as a human resource department, our major function is to create a budget and to give people raise, how much raise we can give it to people, and also is it fair if everybody get a fair share of this raise. So this is our, we have our department-wise categorized salary. We can calculate for each department what's the average salary, which is the maximum, and which is the minimum salary. And this is, for every department, this is messy, so we want to make a consolidated conclusion. Skip this part. Okay. So we put all the department in one sheet. We are trying to give people 5% raise. So this is current annual salary. This is a 5% increase, and this is a new salary. So the total raise for people, remember this number is $130,000. It's around $130,000 for the whole year-round raise. So do we have that much money? We did some research. We find out that we can only give people $100,000 research for everybody. So what we do? So if that's the case, if we want to cap our budget to $100,000. What's the average raise for everybody? So what do we do? Excel is really powerful, so we can do a goal seek. So we can put the number, cap number at 100,000, and we want to see what this number is. So what's the final percentage of raise people can get? So see, after we do the goal seek, we find out that for everybody, they can only get 3.8% of increase. There is an internal rule for human resource department. They want to give people who have seniority more raise than people who are junior. So we did another research. We found out that there are 3 people who are hired before January 15th, 2002. So the HR department initially wants to give them 5% of increase. So if that's the case, then what about everybody else? How much raise do they? How much percent of raise can they get? So I'll leave this part to Jim Ping.
These guys, I think they will complain. We should increase salary more because we are we work in here longer. So we did more. We analyzed the data. So we found we set if clause here to decide which part that should increase more. Here we divide 2 parts for like 2 groups for all employees. Some people can get increase range for illegal like 5%, and others we set this one for other people. Here we set the formula here. If these people are illegal to get more salary, that will time 5%, and others will time this one. So we use goal seek again. So after goal seek, we could get the data here is 3.7, around 4. Here this is not so clear. This one is so we can got this one. The people who come earlier can get more salary increase standard on 5%. Let's overview the increase solution. Here is the total increase based on the $100,000 of the budget. So here we can have a detailed information about which department and who can get the 5% increase. So this is the solution based on the budget. This is the conclusion. People who worked before January 2nd, 2006, they could get 5% increase salary, and the others is like around 4%. That's all.
Any questions? Where'd you get the $100,000 number? Out of the year? That wasn't
Out of the
specification?
Yeah, out of the specification. Basically, if the seniors get 5%, then all the other people, their percent of increase will get lower from 3.8 something to 3.72. So the last question is that fair?
Okay, excellent. Very good job, guys. Excellent, excellent work. Nice presentation.